All right, guys, so I'm going to put the seal in the back here, but I'm going to sand this right here and then paint the inside here so it's not primer. I'm just going to do it with the orange. I have some orange left over from the big truck, so it's about the same orange, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so obviously here I'm not going for pristine paint. That'll probably be down the road, like a long time from now. So right now I just pretty much want to get rid of the primer, and I want to coat this in here. So I just sanded this with 320, and then I taped off this side just so the overspray wouldn't get over onto the tail light. And then yeah, that's what I'm about to do. Nothing crazy, just a little because I want to get the seals done, hopefully all of them. So today, so we shall see. So there we go for now. So I'll let that dry up and then we'll pop the seal in. All right, guys. So as you can see, it matches pretty good right there once it dries out. And that's good enough for now. But I got that all done, all in there painted. So the deal, so I'm gonna start test fitting this seal. Well, I started test fitting it, and it's actually too long on that side. So I'll show you. So there's the seal, and the corners are just basically, they say they're vulcanized, which just means that they're glued together. So I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna start on this side. It does clip inside here, so hopefully I won't have to use any of that 3M weather stripping stuff that I don't like. So let's start feeding this in, and then doing it this way, I don't have to mess with the ground that's right here. I'll probably put a little wire loom on it just to make it look cooler, but that's about it. Okay guys, I'm going to use this instead. This stuff is what I got for all the doors. This was actually an extra piece that I have, but I have a roll to do all the doors, so I'm going to just use this. So as you can see, it just does what it's supposed to do, right? So now we're all sealed around there. I'll go with that. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Oh yeah, you can see it a little bit up here in that area, but it's okay. It's okay. All right. So let's get to doing the seals on the doors. I want to do those real quick. I'm doing little things that I can get done in a couple, 2-3 hours or a half a day. So yeah, here we go. do the other side. So we got the seal in the side doors as well, and then all the way down there. So I still have to put the seal, another seal on this side as well of the door, all the way up, but I have to get more of this stuff. And along that door, all the way down. Alrighty, we'll see what's next. Alright guys, so we're back on the windows. I'm going to start taking these out, cleaning them all up, resealing them up. So up here, what I'm going to do is, since I have a lot of the M5s rib nuts, I'm just going to go ahead and attach this with M5 rib nuts. But I am going to be putting sealant around the window to seal it in. So I'm just going to start taking this apart. So I don't think I'm going to seal this glass in yet, because I think I'm going to paint this top part white, you know, from the body line up, and then in the front. And I'm not talking about going crazy and base clear or whatever. I'm talking about rattle can white, so it matches everything that's kind of already beat up. I did paint that bottom part the other day with some Krylon, Rustoleum, right there, rustic orange, exact color as my GMC truck. So it took a can to do that whole bottom half after I sanded it with some 320, that primer. So I'm kind of like, do I want to paint the top white? Because when I look up in the front where the safari windows are and stuff, underneath the orange paint is white. So I don't, and I know by the M code or the M plate that's on here, this whole van used to be white. So anyway, so I'm just making these so I can put the glass in, tighten them all down, and then move on to the next one. Is what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to seal them up quite yet until I figure that one out, because if I paint it all white, it will be in stages, you know. So I'll paint like that section, then I'll move back to the other section another day or whatever. As long as I get the same can of Krylon, there's no problem just scuffing it up and reshooting it into blending it all into, and that's kind of what I did down here. Yeah. So that's that little double bubble seal. I'm just going to put it up along here. So as I was pulling off the tape, the paint came off with it. So it just kind of solidified that, yeah, I'll be painting that. Whether it be orange or white, either way, that all has to be sanded down. Yep. Alright guys, so that I think is way more better than sheet metal screws. What up guys? So what I'm gonna do this weekend is, you know, you saw that I did all the windows, cleaned them all up, did the M5 thing around them. So I was thinking, you know, since the paint already peeled off that top part around the window, that I was just gonna start sanding it down. So I'm gonna start sanding down the white areas that I'm gonna paint white, which is basically the front here, and then, you know, classic VW look, and then all that right there will be white. So this morning what I did is I already took off that ugly antenna thing. I'm gonna pop the lights out here, hopefully get the bumpers off, so I can do my little two-tone thing. So what I'm not saying, see, I already finished taking the windows out on this side, and I got to take these door windows out anyway to put the wings in. So since everything's going to be basically apart, why not just paint it? So when I say I'm going to paint it, what I'm saying is I'm going to be using just Rustoleum Rattle can paint. I'm not going too crazy on the paint here, not this time around, because I just want to get rid of all the peeling stuff. It's being a paint and body guy, I just have to do it. That's just how I am. I guess I'm kind of OCD like that. So when I took off the front antenna, that emblem actually isn't, it just pops in, right? Hold on. So it just kind of pops in. I guess that's a known issue where people would just walk by and pop them off. So what I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to tap the backs for whatever that size is. I think they're M5s. So I just kind of thread it and then put it in, and then just put nuts on the back. This is an aftermarket piece, and it doesn't quite fit right, of course. So, but I think the emblem's supposed to go up against it and be completely flat, not have a space. I don't know. All the pictures that I look at, it's not really a good shot of how this goes. But here we go. We're gonna start taking it all apart, and you know, and go from there. So I think I'm going to leave this on, just because it's kind of cool. But I'm going to change these to the M5s, because that was just like a long bolt with a couple nuts, and they fell down into the apron. So now I got to dig those out, or else they'll be rattling. that's a squish plug. So there's actually a bolt in there and it expands it out. This is where the antenna used to be, right here. But I'm not going to run any antenna, so that's why I took that big one off the front. But I'm going to do something kind of weird here. Now I did this for the big bus, so it's kind of like a thing. So these big holes that I have here, over there for the antenna, is what I like to do is I'll actually take a quarter and I'll panel bond the back of the quarter and I'll set it on there. I know that may seem a little weird, but one, it fills the hole, and two, I kind of like that idea. I have probably $100 worth of quarters on that bus on little holes all throughout. Once it's painted though, you don't even see them, but with this you probably will. Instead of getting it out the welder and welding them up, because this is just quick, easy, kind of extremely budget friendly, quick paint job. Now everyone, I know if you look back throughout my other videos that I've done, the 442, both the trucks, and then a couple other little things I got there, I know how to paint. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to fake this off as a pristine paint job. What I am doing is I'm getting a set of colors to see if I like it. I'm not going to have a lot of money into them, and if I like the orange and the white combo, because I'm really, and my wife is too, is really thinking of maybe a teal and a white versus, or like that baby blue they make or used to have, or the white. It's an off-white. So I'll run it around, and if I like it that way and it grows on me, then we'll definitely keep it orange and white. And then down the road, we will do it the right way, meaning, you know, we'll take everything apart, we'll blast it, whatever we got to do to get it right and pristine. Right now, it'll give me a set of colors here to see if I like it, and you know what? It's going to be happy. So that's all I'm really about right now. I just wanted to get that out of the way so I don't get any comments like, dude, you need to be doing that the right way with the primer and all that stuff. That's not what this one is right now. All right, so let's see if we can get these bumpers off. So with these front windows, what I'm doing, I'm going to leave them in because they're kind of a pain in the butt to take them out. They've got huge hinges in the front and they're all behind the rubber pieces, and I don't want to mess with that because that's all brand new. So what I'm doing is I'm just taping off the mirrors, or the windows, one, so I don't sand and hit them. And two, I want to tape off, as I'm taping it, I'm actually taping the inner gasket. So that's what I'm doing. Alright, so that's taped up. Now Self is not liking that I put all the gaskets in a couple weeks ago, so I got to tape all those off, but I'm going to do that after I finish sanding it all down, and I'm just sanding it with 320 right now, just to get all the flaking paint off it. You know, I'm giving the can stuff something to bite into, and then I don't know, I have a lot of ideas going through my head right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop talking and I'm just going to start sanding. Alrighty guys, so we have it sanded down. So I went a little bit more aggressive. I went with 180, then came back with it all with 320. So I'm just going to start laying down the orange, and then I'll be taping that down and then doing the white. So we'll see if I have enough orange. If not, I'll have to run and go get some. But yeah, let's see how this goes. So now we let that sit for a while before I tape off from here down and do the white. So we'll be back. So the next day, there we are. It looks pretty good. There's a couple things that, you know, tape peeled off a little bit of paint right there. That's okay. Other than that, I just didn't wait long enough to tape it off. I thought a couple hours would be good, but I should have probably just let it sit overnight and do the white this morning, but I did not. So today we're gonna pop the windows back in. Hold on a second. So I'm going to show you what I'm using to seal these windows up along the outer perimeter. I used this on the big bus for all the RV windows, and it worked out really well. You know, on the outside of it. On the inside, I used this. It's like a super fast urethane, but it's like a rubber bead that they would put in old cars. But anyway, this is what I'm using for this one. So I'm using Rapid Set non-sag sealer and adhesive, indoor outdoor use, paintable, bonds to all surfaces, wet surfaces, whatever. So I'm just running a bead along the outside of the perimeter. I know that there's like a rubber gasket around that, and I did find those to buy them. They were 20 bucks a piece at one place, Wolfburg West I think it was, but on Vintage Trailer you can buy it by the roll, by the foot. So I think like 50 foot of it is like 100 bucks or something. But my seal's around there, just the corners are broke. Other than that, it's making positive seal. And then with me putting that little double bubble weather stripping along the top of the window mechanism, it seals it up. It seals it up as good as I need it to seal up, right? So we're going to, I'm going to start popping in the windows. I'll show you the last one when I get to that one. Gives you a good idea. Well, that's going to wrap up this weekend before it starts getting really bad as far as the rain goes. So we're going to wrap this up. Yep, so quick paint job. I have under $60 in this paint job. The bottom is, just for a recap, the bottom is rustic orange from Rustoleum, and the top is heirloom white from Rustoleum. And yeah, they're both satin. So anyway, so we'll catch you on the next one, and thanks for tuning in, and hey, go out and build something cool. One weekend at a time. Thanks again, guys. Bye.